Hello everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Welcome to your October 2025 monthly forecast. So this is just like the beginning of the tape. Your forecast is after this tape. Okay, those of you who are new to my channel. And if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe. Okay, and click on the notification bell. You'll be notified each time I upload something. Also, there is information in the description box below. There's a link to something called Ask Me a Question, which is for those of you who only want to know maybe one or two things about your chart. There's also a link to my website, and you can also just email me and ask me whatever it is you would like to know at zanezodiac@gmail.com. Okay? So, and a special thank you to all my subscribers, okay? Thank you for commenting and sharing and liking and your donations. Thank you so, so much. I really appreciate everything you guys do for me. Okay, and also everyone, remember that the weekly forecasts are now daily shorts, and there aren't always aspects between the planets every single day. Okay, so there won't be a video every day. So anyways, hey, special shout out, happy birthday to Libra and Scorpio. So, let's see here. The month starts off with Mercury moving into Scorpio on the 6th, and there's also a full moon on the 6th in Aries. On the 13th, Venus moves into Libra, also on the 13th. Pluto in Aquarius turns direct. On the 21st, there's a new moon in Libra. And on the 22nd, Mercury, that is still in Aries in retrograde motion, falls back finally into Pisces and finishes out its transit in Pisces and then moves into Aries fully at the beginning of next year. Okay. So then also on the 22nd, the sun moves into Scorpio, and on the 29th, Mercury moves into Sagittarius. So now for your forecast. Hi, Leo. So I do have to mention Pluto in Aquarius, your opposite sign, okay, in your 7th house, that's where Pluto is right now, turns direct on the 13th, okay? Your 7th house being your close relationships and partnerships, arrangements and agreements, open enemies, competition, many, many things, okay? So, you know, you probably won't even notice too many things. It's still in very low degrees, and Pluto just moved in this year into Aquarius just, you know, not too long ago. But anyways, you may have noticed you know, a little bit of overbearingness, you know, from within one of your close relationships, whether it's a friend, romantic partner, it could be a business partner, or just someone you do business with. It could also be like a government agency or some kind of establishment kind of thing, just trying to push your buttons or manipulate you in some way or other, or just, you know, yank your chain, whatever. Just had to mention that, okay? It's very minor just now, okay, because this planet just moved here. But anyway, so the sun is in Libra up until the 22nd, and your 3rd house, that's where you have Libra, 3rd house being your everyday life, local travel, which is a day trip, overnight trip, or a weekend trip, or just like an hour or so away or whatever, tri-state area. It's also all forms of communication, including regular postal mail, your siblings, your cousins, the written word, your neighbors, your neighborhood, many things here, okay? So Mercury is still here up until the 6th, okay? Then it moves into Scorpio, into your 4th house. But up until that point, you know, even like since last month, you were probably doing an awful lot of running around within your own neighborhood, even if it's just to go, you know, grocery shop and things like that, or you may have had a lot more contact with people, especially people in your neighborhood. Could have had like more text messages, more voicemails, emails, whatever. Okay, or yeah, just like an increase in even regular mail, regular postal mail. So, you know, with the sun here, it does make you want to kind of do things in your own area, not far, away or whatever. There could be something or other going on that you're going to attend. Could be a family reunion, a little bit of some kind of reunion, okay, or could even be just like a road trip, possibly to visit somebody, to stay at their house, or maybe someone's making plans to come and do that with you. Could be like, spending the holidays, possibly. Maybe you're making plans for something like that. Someone coming to stay with you, or you going to stay with them. I do have to mention, Venus is still in Virgo up until the 13th, and your second house of earned income and possessions and many other things. But having Venus here, it does attract things like money to you. Money and gifts of some kind. Somebody could gift you with something or other right now. They could say it's a very belated birthday gift, but I think it's a just because gift. They just would like you to have it, that's all. Venus does, though, move into Libra on the 13th and is there till the end of the month into November. And it brings about like a lot of pleasant times within your own neighborhood, or just a lot of nice conversations while you're just out, again, like I always say, running errands, going to the post office or the bank or something or other. Exchanging pleasantries with people. You may even run into somebody that possibly you went to school with. It looks like they'll be inviting you somewhere. You could even just stop for coffee or something, just totally out of the blue, very unplanned. When you run into somebody, maybe you haven't seen them for a while and you're going to catch up. Okay, especially around this new moon on the 21st in Libra, brings a new beginning. In this area, there could be, excuse me, something going on within, again, your neighborhood. But the third house is also like an internet house. It's a media house along with the ninth house, okay? Both of these are like websites, podcasts, just an online presence. If you don't have one yet, you may decide to, create an account now, or create a website, or something that you do live. Third house is also the written word, but it is a media house. It doesn't matter how you get whatever you're saying or writing out there. Okay, so if you don't have, like I said, a YouTube channel or something like that right now, you may seriously think about starting one at least. Okay, and there's a full moon in Aries on the 6th in your 9th house. It's directly across from your 3rd house. Okay, these are the travel houses, the 9th house being long distance travel, 3rd house being short distance travel. Okay, both are communications. 9th house, long distance communications. This is foreign countries, people, languages, higher learning, legal matters, media and publishing. Your philosophy on life, your religious and spiritual beliefs, many, many things. It is the house of adventure, okay? Now, Neptune is here. It's retrograde, and it is falling back into Pisces, okay? Saturn did this very same thing last month. It was in Aries, and it retrograded back into Pisces. Both of these planets, Neptune and Saturn, over the summer, fell into Aries, okay, to give everybody a little bit of a preview of what to expect. And now they've retrograded back into Pisces so they can finish up their transit there, and they'll fully move into Aries at the beginning of next year. Okay, so you won't have to deal with having Saturn and Neptune in your 8th house. That's where you have Pisces. 8th house of other people's money and resources. This is jointly held property and jointly held debt. Passive money through means other than earning it, such as an insurance payout, a legal settlement, a refund of some kind. Could even be an inheritance or legacy, a bank loan, or an increase in credit and credit cards. While these two planets were here, this area dried up for you as far as money goes. If there was a source of money or that you were able to go to withdraw from, or for help, this could even be a person. Okay, people are also resources. So this person could be gone. You know, they either moved away or they passed away. You know, they may have left you something though, even. But also, you had to worry about like identity theft with Neptune here, and making sure that your bills were correct, your bank statements were correct. Make sure there's not unauthorized activity on them. You know, especially if you jointly hold accounts with another person. That's one thing. You do have to keep an eye on whatever it is they're doing, right? They may have been kind of sneaky, you know, and been spending money or charging things and not, well, obviously not telling you about it, but they're hiding it in some way or other. Or there could have been, like, someone just hacked your accounts. Okay, and it's a stranger. It's not someone you know. Either way, you had to worry about money and what the hell was going on with it, right? When these planets leave here, you won't have to worry about that. Okay, these planets won't be together in your lifetime, together again in Pisces. Okay, so they won't be in your 8th house, and you won't have to worry about not being able to borrow money even. You know, like from the bank or even a person, or use, you know, something that you like, some kind of resource that you used to use in the past, all of a sudden was taken away from you, you know, because for whatever reason, maybe it just dried up, or maybe that person that was letting you use it again, isn't around anymore. Well, now something else will come into play here. So you'll be back again where things are fairly normal and you're able to do what you used to do. Okay, as far as borrowing things. Let's see here, what else? Well, you know, Mercury is moving into Sagittarius on the 29th, but I'll cover that next month because it's only like the last few days of the month, and it really won't affect you all that much. It is moving into your 5th house, though, fun. So you'll be all ready for that, right? So with the Sun, though, and, well, Mercury being in Mercury being in Scorpio from the 6th up until the 29th when it moves into Sagittarius. Okay, then the Sun moving into Scorpio on the 22nd, and Mars still being here from last month, all in your 4th house of your home and family. Okay, so just having Mars here, you know, makes you want to do kind of big time kind of remodeling to wherever you live. Wanting to make sweeping changes, even if it's to make more room, you know, for something or someone. And Mercury here just brings about an awful lot of communications with family. And 4th house being your past, though also your past, your private life, the foundation of how you were raised, where you physically live, the property surrounding it. You know, you just, again, may have a lot more contact with family or a roommate if you live with someone else, or possibly people from your past. Usually, you know, this time of year people are traveling for whatever reason. It is near the holidays, so there could be stuff going on with that. Okay. So the best time to do something each month is when the moon is in your own sign, and the moon is in Leo on the 14th, 15th, and 16th. The best time to lay low is when the moon is in your opposite sign, and your opposite sign is Aquarius, and those dates are the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 29th, 30th, and 31st. The best time for romance, recreation, creativity, fun, gambling and speculation, or anything to do with children is the 10th, 11th, 24th, 25th, and 26th. The best time for money is the 4th, 5th, 16th, 17th, 18th, and 31st. The best time for your career is the 8th and 9th, and the best time for communications and travel is the 6th, 7th, 19th, 20th, and 21st. So I hope you enjoyed your forecast for October. Happy Halloween. See ya.